Sairam children, so welcome back today. Again we are back with our English period and we are going to do English grammar today. Children, we will do chapter 11 today, that is punctuation. We did chapter 1 nouns, we did chapter 2 numbers and genders. Now we are going to take chapter 11, that is punctuation. Yes children. Now children, do you know what are these? A, B, C, D. Yes, these are capital letters. We have learned this in our KG, right? The same way we have learned small A, B, C, D also. We have learned capital letters and small letters, and we use these letters to write words and form sentences. Right children? We write with small letters, but we also use capital letters sometimes. Now, where do we use capital letters? Yes, let us see that. Now, there are some examples here. Just look at them. Today is a holiday. My school is closed. Today is a holiday. My school is closed. Now, in the first sentence, T is written in capital, and in the second sentence, M is written in capital. So, the beginning of a sentence is always capital. What do we learn from this? The beginning of a sentence, we always start a sentence with a capital letter, right? Let's see some more examples. The name of my best friend is Madhu. The name of my best friend is Madhu. Now, T is capital here, beginning of a sentence, but M is also capital, right? So why is M written in capital? Because Madhu is the name of a person. So it is a special name, right? Special name of a person. So we write the beginning of a sentence in capital. We also write special names in capital, right? So the sentence always begins with a capital letter, and special names also begin with capital letter, right? So we learned two things. Now let's see one more. My friend and I study in class 3. My friend and I study in class 3. My friend, M is capital. It is the beginning of a sentence, right? I is not the beginning of a sentence, but I have written I in capital. Why? Because I, whether it comes in the beginning or it comes in the middle of the sentence, it will always be written in capital. I like chocolates. I go to school every day. I like to play football, right? So this I is always written in capital. So children, where do we use capital letters? Capital letters come at the beginning of a sentence, right? Whenever we begin a sentence, the first letter is always capital. And second was, special names also begin with capital letter. Special names of persons or special names of places are always starting with the capital letter. And third, we always write I in capital. Yes children, understood? Now next. Special names that begin with capital letters are, what are the special names that begin with capital letters? Names of persons like Jyoti, Mitali, Akila. Yes, so names of persons, all your names are also written, begin with a capital letter. Names of days like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, right? So names of days also begin with a capital letter. Then we have Names of months: January, February, March, so on. So all the 12 months begin with a capital letter. Names of subjects. Names of subjects like English, Maths are also written in capital letters. Then you have names of countries or names of cities like India, Japan, Mumbai, Delhi, Chennai. All this will begin with capital letters. Yes, children, let's see some more. Names of school: Shrima Vidyalay, Shrima Balniketan. They also begin with capital letter. Names of rivers and seas like Ganga, Yamuna, Red Sea. Yes, all these are written in capital letter. Names of festivals like Holi, Onam, Diwali, yes, Dashera, all this begin with capital letters. So all the special names will always begin with a capital letter. Okay, children, understood? Names of places, names of persons, names of school, names of subjects, names of rivers and seas, names of festival. Yes, all this will also begin with a capital letter. Now let us see some examples. Okay, we are going to rewrite the sentences using capital letters. Let us rewrite the sentences using capital letters. Now see this sentence. The dog is barking loudly. The dog is barking loudly. Now where should I write capital? Which word should begin with a capital letter? Yes, the first letter of the sentence should be in capital. So the T has to be in capital. So the dog is barking. T has to be written in capital, right? So the dog is barking loudly. The first letter of the sentence T will be in capital. Let us see some more. We will visit Agra in December. We will visit Agra in December. Now children, observe, look at the sentence carefully and just think which are the words, which are the letters that should be in capital in this sentence. Okay, let's see. We will visit Agra. The first letter should always be in capital. So W-E-V, the W has to be in capital. Yes. Then Agra is the name of a place. Again, special name of a place. So Agra A has to be capital. And December is the name of a month. So D has to be in capital. So let us see. We will visit Agra in December. See, W, because it is the first letter, the beginning of a sentence has to be in capital. Agra is the name of a place, so A has to be capital. And December is the name of a month, so D has to be in capital, right? So Agra and December are special names and WEV is the beginning of the sentence. So these are the three letters that's going to be written in capital. Yes, children? Now, other than capital letters, we also have other punctuation marks like full stop, right? Full stop is a little dot at the end of each sentence, okay? When we write a sentence, in the end, we keep a full stop, we keep a dot. Yes, that dot is called a full stop. And when we complete a sentence, we end it with a full stop. Yes, Veena is my friend, full stop. We play together, again a full stop. Right, children? So when a sentence is complete, when we have reached the end of a sentence, we put a full stop there so that we come to know the sentence is complete. So full stop is a little dot at the end of each sentence. Okay? So The punctuations that we have learned till now is we always begin the sentence with a capital letter, and all the special names are written in capital, start with capital letter, and at the end of the sentence we always put a full stop. Okay? Now let us use capital letters and full stops where needed. Now I will show you some sentences. Let us see where we have to put capital letters and where I should be putting a full stop. Vishal is drawing a picture. Vishal is drawing a picture. Now children, think what are the punctuation marks we need to make here. What are the punctuations we need to do in this sentence? Yes, Vishal is a special name and also it's the beginning of a sentence. So V has to be in capital, right? But full stop is already there, so we needn't do anything else. We just have to write V in capital. So the answer is Vishal is drawing a picture with V in capital. Yes? Let us see one more. Jeet and I are neighbours. Jeet and I are neighbours. Now children, look at the sentence carefully and tell me which are the letters that are going to be in capital or where I should be putting a full stop. Yes, Jeet is the name of a person. So Jeet is a special name and also it's the beginning of a sentence. So J has to be in capital and I will always be in capital, and our neighbours, the sentence ends here, so we have to put a full stop at the end of the sentence, right? So Jeet and I are neighbours. Jeet, J is capital, I is capital, and at the end of the sentence we have to put a full stop. Yes, let's see one more example. January is the first month of the year. January is the first month of the year. Now children, tell me what are the changes you have to make in the sentence? Yes, we need to write J in capital. Why? Because J is the beginning of the sentence and January is also the special name of a month. So the answer has to be January is the first month of the year. J will be in capital. Yes children, understood? Now this is a comma. What is this? It is a comma. This sign, this symbol is called a comma. A comma is a short pause used to separate a series of words. When I say, I like pizza, I like Maggie, I like cake, I like ice cream. So instead of saying the sentence, I like pizza, I like cake, I like ice cream, I like chocolates, I will write it in one sentence. I like pizza, I like pizza, cake, ice cream, chocolate. So I'm taking a small pause, and to separate these words, I'll be using a comma. So I'll write I like pizza, comma, chocolates, comma, Maggie, comma, cake and chocolates. Okay, let us see examples here. Rohan went to a grocery store. Rohan went to a grocery store. He bought potatoes, tomatoes, milk and bread. He bought potatoes, tomatoes, milk and bread. Now children, see, look at the sentence. After potatoes, I put a comma. After tomatoes, I put a comma. But after milk, there is no comma, I have written and bread. So when we have to separate the things, we put a comma. But why I haven't put a comma after milk? Because we don't use comma before and. Yes, after milk I have written and bread. So after milk I will not put a comma because I am writing and over there. So Rohan went to a grocery store. He bought potatoes, comma, tomatoes, comma, milk and bread. Okay, children? Now let's look at these sentences. My mother is beautiful, intelligent and a good cook. My mother is beautiful, intelligent and a good cook. I'm telling many good things about my mother, right? So, how will I separate these qualities of my mother? With a comma. So, I will write it as my mother is beautiful, comma, intelligent. Should I put a comma here? No, because I'm going to write and a good cook. So if and is coming after the word, I will not put a comma there. Okay? So my mother is beautiful, intelligent and a good cook. So when there is a comma, children, you have to keep in your mind that you have to give a small pause while reading that sentence. My mother is beautiful, intelligent and a good cook. Okay, let us see some more examples. My father has visited Agra, Kashmir, Shimla and Amritsar. My father has visited Agra, Kashmir, Shimla and Amritsar. Now here, children, my father has visited many places, right? So I am writing the names of the places: Agra, Kashmir, Shimla and Amritsar. These are special names. So see, the first letter of all these places is in capital. But when I am writing so many places together, I am going to put a comma after each place, right? So I will be writing it as my father has visited Agra, Kashmir, Shimla and Amritsar. Yes, my father has visited Agra, Kashmir, Shimla and Amritsar. Understood, children? Let's see some more examples. I bought a pen, a pencil, an eraser and a book. I bought a pen, a pencil, an eraser and a book. So when I'm writing everything together, I'm going to separate using a comma. So I will write it as I bought a pen, a pencil, an eraser and a book. I bought a pen, a pencil, an eraser and a book. Right? So when there is a comma, I have to take a slight pause. Fine, children? Understood? Okay. Now this mark, can you all guess what it is? You all have seen this mark so many times. Yes, it's a question mark. What is this? This is a question mark. When do we use question mark? A question mark is put at the end of a sentence which asks question. A question mark is put at the end of a sentence which asks question. When we are asking a question, then instead of putting full stop at the end of the sentence, we will put a question mark. Yes, children? Let us see some examples. What is your name? I am asking you a question. What is your name? So I'll put a question mark at the end of the question. Where do you live? Where do you live? Again, it is a question. So I have put a question mark at the end. Have you done your homework? Have you done your homework? Again, this is a question I'm asking you. Have you done your homework? So put a question mark at the end of this. Did you go to play today? Did you go to play today? Again, this is a question I'm asking, so a question mark. So whenever we are asking you a question, at the end of the question, we will be putting a question mark. So if a sentence is where we ask something, then you will put a question mark at the end instead of putting a full stop. Okay, children? Yes. This mark, can you guess what it is? Yes, the black mark inside the circle is a exclamatory mark. Yes, children, repeat it after me. Exclamatory mark. Exclamatory mark. Yes, rest of the things you have already seen. You have seen full stop, you have seen commas, you have seen question mark. This is something you're saying now. This is called a exclamatory mark. Okay. Now, when do we use a exclamatory mark? We use at the end of a exclamatory sentence or injunction. We use exclamatory marks at the end of an exclamatory sentence or interjections. Like, if I'm surprised or I'm very excited, I'm very happy, then when I say something, I'll be putting an exclamatory mark at the end of the sentence. And if I am using interjections like ouch, oh, wow, then after these words also I'll put an exclamatory mark. Okay. So interjections expresses a sudden feeling such as surprise, fear, shock, pain, or extreme happiness. Okay. So some examples are ouch, alas, wow. Yes, you say that. Wow. So when we use these words, we put an exclamatory mark after this word, and we also put an exclamatory mark at the end of the sentence. Okay. So shall we see some examples here? Yes. What a lovely rose. Alas, our team has lost the match. So look at these sentences, children. What a lovely rose. It's an exclamation. So an exclamatory mark at the end of the sentence. The next one, alas, our team has lost the match. Here I'm very sad. So when I'm using this interjection, I'll put an exclamatory mark after that. Alas, after alas, one exclamatory mark. Our team has lost the match, a exclamatory mark after that also. Okay. Ouch, my foot hurts. Ouch, I'm in pain. So ouch, my foot hurts. So after ouch, one exclamatory mark, and my foot hurts, again at the end a exclamatory mark. Oh, how lovely this looks on you. So, oh, so exclamatory mark here. How lovely this looks on you. Again an exclamatory mark. Children, notice when we are putting exclamatory mark here, we don't put full stop. Yes? So, when we have to express our feelings, when we are expressing grief, or when we are expressing sadness, or when we are happy, we are excited, we are shocked, or when we are in pain, then we use exclamatory mark at the end of the sentence. Children, am I clear? Did you all understand? What are punctuations? Punctuations are these marks. When we write sentences in English, we have to keep in mind that the punctuations are correct. We have to keep in mind that the sentence always begins with a capital letter. All the special names begin with a capital letter. I is always written in capital. The sentence ends with a full stop. The sentence ends with a full stop. And whenever there are many things of the same type or same kind that we are talking about, then we will separate those words with a comma. Yes, there will be no comma before and. There will be no comma before and. Remember, then there is a question mark. Question mark comes at the end of a sentence where questions are asked. When the sentence is a question asked, then instead of full stop, you will put a question mark. The same way, when a sentence shows some expression of happiness or sadness or fear or pain, then you put a exclamatory mark instead of a full stop, right? So are the punctuations clear? Now whenever we are writing, children, you have to keep in mind that you are writing it with correct punctuations, right? Okay children, so now I have got some sentences here. Let's do this exercise where we are going to punctuate these sentences. Okay, so we are going to punctuate the following sentences. Pay attention here children and understand it very well. There is no need for you all to write. Just look at the screen, listen to what I am saying and understand it properly. Okay, yes. I read the Indian Express daily. I read the Indian Express daily. Now we are going to punctuate the following sentences. I should always be in capital and I is also the beginning of a sentence. So I has to be in capital. Next, Indian Express is the special name of a newspaper. Indian Express is a name of a newspaper. So it's a special name. So Indian Express, the first letters of these words have to be in capital, right? And the end of the sentence there has to be a full stop which is already there. So there are only two changes I have to make. I have to write I capital for the beginning of the sentence. Then Indian I has to be capital and Express E has to be capital, right? So let's write it. I read the Indian Express daily, right? So I have written I, the beginning of a sentence, capital. Indian Express, I capital and E capital. Okay children, understood? Now let's see a next one. We have drawing classes on Monday, Wednesday and Friday. Okay? Look at the sentence carefully. We have drawing classes on Monday, Wednesday and Friday. Now we have to punctuate the sentence. So what are we supposed to do? First thing, beginning of a sentence has to be capital. So W has to be in capital, right? We, W has to be in capital. Next, we have drawing classes on Monday, Wednesday and Friday. What are Monday, Wednesday and Friday? Days of the week, right? They are names of the days of the week. So they are special names. So M of Monday, W of Wednesday and F of Friday should be in capital, right? So I will write M, W and F in capital, right? Now at the end, this is the end of the sentence. So at the end I have to put a full stop. So let's see. W-E-V, so W is capital, right? We had drawing classes on Monday, M capital, Wednesday, W capital and Friday, F capital, end of the sentence, full stop. Now children, look here, Monday, Wednesday and Friday, days of the week, we are talking about it together. So we have to separate them using a comma, right? So after Monday, I have to put a comma. After Wednesday, should I put a comma? No, because I am writing and after Wednesday. So I will not put a comma there. Understood children? Yes. W-E-V, W is capital. Monday, Wednesday and Friday, special names. So the first letter is capital. Monday, Wednesday, Friday written together. So I have to separate them. So I'll put a comma after Monday, but I will not put a comma after Wednesday because I have written and after Wednesday. And then at the end of the sentence is complete, so I'm going to put a full stop. This is complete punctuation we have done in this sentence, right? Understood? Now let's see the next one. Have you finished your homework? Have you finished your homework? I'm asking you a question, so we should put a question mark at the end of the sentence, and the beginning of the sentence should always be a capital. So H will be capital and there will be a question mark at the end of the sentence. Yes, children? Understood? Let's see one more example. How beautiful the Taj looks. How beautiful the Taj looks. Here I am expressing something. So when there is expression in the sentence, I am going to put a exclamatory mark. What I have to put? A exclamatory mark at the end. And the first letter should always be in capital, as a sentence begins with a capital letter. So H will be in capital and at the end there will be a exclamatory mark. How beautiful the Taj looks. Okay. Next, America was discovered by Columbus. America was discovered by Columbus. Here, America is a name of a place, so it's a special name. Columbus is a name of a person, so again it's a special name, right? So, America A has to be capital because it's a special name and also because it is the beginning of the sentence. And Columbus C has to be capital and you have to end it with a full stop. So you will do A capital of America, C of Columbus is capital and there will be a full stop at the end. So America was discovered by Columbus. Okay children, understood? Yes. What are punctuations? Okay. So we have to keep it in mind that sentences begin with capital letters, special names also begin with capital letters, and I is always written in capital, right? So for sentences will always begin with capital letters, special names will also begin with capital letters, I will always be in capital. We write a sentence with a capital letter and we end a sentence with a full stop, right? There are other punctuation marks which are important. One is full stop, which shows us the sentence has ended, right? When the sentence is complete, it has ended, you put a full stop there. When we talk about the same thing, same kind of a thing, then we separate the words using a comma. If I say, I go to school on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, then I will separate the days of the week using a comma. Yes? Next, question mark. When the sentence is asking a question, then we will end it with a question mark and not a full stop. When the sentence is asking a question, then we will not put a full stop there, we'll put a question mark over there. What is your name? Now I'm asking a question. So I will not put a full stop here, I'll put a question mark. Okay? And the last one, the mark of exclamation. When the sentence is showing some expression of sadness or grief or happiness or pain, then you will put a exclamatory mark at the end of the sentence, right? We'll put a exclamatory mark at the end of the sentence. So understood children? Okay. Now there is a link given below for the worksheet which you all have to solve it and submit it. Okay children? Sai Ram.